So how goes it, folks? Jolly Yellow talking to you. And I have a question for you. What would you do if you and your best friend of the same biological sex, and yes, that is important, were the last two people on Earth? Those are the things that are explored in the 2023 film Biosphere. For reasons that are never clearly and explicitly explained, Billy and Ray are the last two known people on Earth, and they're living inside of a biosphere dome to protect themselves from an environment that is, well, for reasons unknown, is toxic and hazardous to all life. At the beginning of the movie, we see that, they have their regular routine. They play some video games, they take laps around the dome in order to keep their health up, and they have a pond of fish. And all of a sudden, the last female fish in the pond passes away, leaving them without an ongoing source of fish. But then something interesting happens. One of the remaining male fish suddenly turns to biologically female of sex and is able to reproduce, and the pond continues. But then things take a bit of a turn. All of a sudden, Billy starts to change in a very similar fashion. And further into the movie, after a couple of changes escalating along the way, Billy starts menstruating. And from there, we see Billy and Ray kind of mull over the possibilities and also argue over circumstances that led up to where they are. But again, they're never offering an explicit explanation of exactly how they ended up being the last two people on Earth. Now I have to say, this was one that really took me by surprise because, one, I did not expect that sudden twist of Billy suddenly changing. Then we also have the fact that whatever circumstances that led to them living in the dome, surrounded by a toxic, hazardous environment, it's never explained, and normally I don't like that. I would rather have some sort of explanation as to why things are the way they are, but I'm able to let it go this time, and I think it's because of the story going on between Ray and Billy. They are lifelong friends. They have childhood stories that they tell back and forth to each other, that, things that they've been through together, a sign of how long they've known each other. And then of course you have Billy and his changes that he is going through, which kind of throws another wrench into the works of what is already a complicated, intense situation. And I think they handle things very well, and I believe this is definitely a movie that is worth watching. It's currently available on Hulu, and it won't take that much time to watch it. I believe it may have been an hour and 45. I'm pretty sure it's less than 2 hours long. And also additionally, I really did enjoy one scene in which Ray sits down and he kind of has, I don't want to say a breakdown, but he has a serious moment in which he mulls over his ideas of gender identity in relation to biological sex. What is a man? What is a woman? What's masculinity? What's femininity? And it's done in a way that it allows him to question what he has learned, but it's not like just turned over on him to where people are just dunking on him and insulting him and everything. It's actually a chance for him to think things through and kind of mull over the situation that he is in and he sees himself in, rather than just play it up so somebody else can laugh at him or somebody can insult him or turn it into a big joke. It's actually a pretty serious moment and is given the gravity that it needs. But again, I highly recommend you watch this movie. This is Biosphere. You can find it on Hulu. You folks have a good day, and as always, keep exploring.